Yo guys, this is the coolest feature I've seen on any head unit. Open up YouTube, click a random video, and boom, check that out. It's playing full screen and I'm still able to browse YouTube. But yo, that's not all. Look at this. I can turn off my phone and it's still playing. What? Carpuride W103. Now, I think the 103 is a reference to the 10.3-inch display. A quick rundown of all of its features. You get CarPlay and Android Auto. You can do screen mirror through AirPlay and AutoLink. FM transmitting. This could output audio through FM transmitter, through an auxiliary cord, or even through the rear speaker on the head unit. This has a IPS display. All that really means is you're gonna have a nice viewing angle even from the side of the head unit. You can plug in a MicroSD card and USB flash drive, and you can even hook up a rear view camera. Pretty cool. All right, let's check out everything we get inside the box. First thing you're gonna see is the head unit itself. It's nicely wrapped up. I'm gonna put this to the side for now and we'll check it out in a bit. Here's one of the mounting brackets. It's a flat mounting bracket and it comes with a sticky adhesive. Next, this is sold separately, but it's the reverse camera. If you wanna order this, you're gonna have to order it on the Carpuride website. You get a power supply, which uses a USB-C. So in case you lose this, you can use any USB-C cable to keep this powered on. You get a second mounting bracket. This is a suction cup, which will allow you to stick it on a windshield or on a curvy surface. An auxiliary cord, a base plate for the suction cup mount, and lastly, some documentation to help you get started with this head unit. All right, a closer look at the head unit itself. There's a small little microphone right here for voice commands. You can even use it for phone calls, but it's probably better to use an external mic for better audio. On the back, here's the built-in speaker. You get a power button up here. You can tap on it to turn off the display or hold down on it and it'll turn off the head unit completely. On the left-hand side right here is where you'll find all of the ports. From top to bottom, you get an insert for the microphone, micro SD card, cam in, this is for your reverse camera, audio out, this is for the auxiliary to plug into your car speakers, USB flash drive, and the USB-C port for power. Oh, and I forgot to mention, it has the sensor right here for auto brightness to brighten or dim the screen. Okay, if you're gonna have a big screen in front of your face the whole time while you're driving, I think it's real important if the user interface is nice and appealing. All right, so let's check out the interface and see everything that this can do. Yeah. On the left-hand side, you're gonna get a navigation bar. This is the home button. This is to get in contact with Carpuride support. You'll notice that this icon turns to a return button. So when you're in any app, you'll always be able to tap on that. You get volume controls. It'll pop up on the screen and you can adjust it with your finger. Yep. This is the brightness icon. You can manually set it yourself, or you can turn on the brightness setting, the auto dimmer, auto brightness, and look at that, moves all by itself. Next to the nav bar, you get a clock widget, and above it, you'll get a few icons. Right here, you can change the background over here. These are all preloaded. Unfortunately, you can't add your own background, but I actually really like this one a lot. In the middle right here, when you're connected to CarPlay or Android Auto, you'll get an icon so you'll know if your phone is connected. If you tap on this Bluetooth icon, you'll be able to see all the devices that are paired. Right now, there isn't any. And now for the cool stuff. iPlay, also known as Apple CarPlay. This works with iPhones only, and you can use this app with the wired connection or wirelessly. It's very simple to set up. Once you tap on the icon, it'll show you to go to your Bluetooth settings, and you'll find this name right here. Once you're connected, click pair, allow. There you go. First thing that pops up is Spotify. You can get out of here by tapping this little icon right here. You'll see all the apps that are available on CarPlay. You can tap down here again and it's going to split the screen in half with navigation and your music player. You'll also notice these icons right here. This will always be your navigation app and your music app. So right now you see that we're in Spotify. I could go to a different app on here and that icon is going to change. We'll open up Apple Music and see how the icon changed. Same thing is going to happen when I go to a different navigation app. Let's go to Waze. Boom. Just like that. So if you're unfamiliar with Apple CarPlay, it's pretty much an app that allows you to interact with your phone without actually having to use your phone. So in here, you'll get all your music apps. You got Spotify, Tidal, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, YouTube Music, oh, and Pandora. You can use navigation apps like Google Maps, Waze, Apple Maps. On top of that, you can make phone calls. You can dial in the numbers right here. You could go on your messages and have your text messages read to you, or you can text people back verbally.
What do you want to say to the group?
You're lame.
It says, you are lame. Send it.
Send it!
Done.
Nice, nice, nice. Unfortunately, there's no app store, so you can't download additional apps onto this head unit. So you can't watch Netflix or Hulu on here, but there is a way to watch YouTube, and I'll get to that shortly. All right, let's head on over to A Auto, also known as Android Auto. We'll tap here. Just head into your Bluetooth settings, and you'll find that name. And there you go. First thing that opens up is your navigation. You can tap right here. It's going to split the screen to music and navigation. Tap it again, and you'll see all the apps available on Android Auto. Just like Apple CarPlay, Android Auto is going to load up all the apps that are compatible with Android Auto. So if you have Pandora installed, it's going to load up Spotify, Waze, YouTube Music. You can also text and make phone calls just like Apple CarPlay. Boom, boom, boom. If we head back over here, you can tap on the Spotify icon and it'll trade places with the navigation, just in case you want a bigger display for your music. You can see that it works wirelessly. When I change my music, it changes on the screen as well. And again, there's no Play Store, so you can't download any additional apps. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay are designed for you to use your phone hands-free and minimize distractions while driving. All right, AirPlay and AutoLink. These are some cool features right here. These two apps are for screen mirroring on your phone. So if you're an iPhone user, you're going to be using AirPlay. If you're an Android user, you're going to be using AutoLink. Now to use these apps, you're going to have to go into Settings, Device Manager. If you have an Android device, tap here and set it to AutoLink. If you have an iPhone, tap here and set it to iOS Mirror. Now AirPlay can work wired or wirelessly, but I highly recommend using a wired connection. We'll tap in here, trust computer, tap in your passcode, boom, and look at that. It just copies your phone. Pretty cool, right? With screen mirroring, you would think that you could watch movie apps like Hulu, Netflix, HBO Max, Disney Plus, Crunchyroll, whatever else, but I've already tested these apps and they don't work. However, what does work is YouTube. So check this out. It's mimicking my phone, right? But the really cool thing is, let's say I tap a video. You see that? My phone is still on the YouTube interface, but the screen is automatically full screen. Pretty cool. And check this out. If I turn off my phone, it's still playing. What? That's awesome. So I really like this feature. You could browse YouTube, tap another video, boom, look at that, full screen. What? Really, really nice. Huge thumbs up to Carpuride for this feature. And that seems like that's all you can really do with screen mirroring. You might be able to go on a web browser and watch videos, who knows, but I can confirm that YouTube works, and I really like that you can select a video and it takes the whole screen. Now, Android, on the other hand, it only works with the wired connection. And when you plug it in, it actually opens up all by itself. And that was actually really fast. Pretty nice. Again, none of these streaming apps are going to work. I've tested them out. The video won't play. But YouTube does work. But there is one drawback. So check this out. I'm on YouTube. Pick a video. And look at that. It's still literally mimicking my screen. If you wanted full screen, you'd have to tap the full screen icon. And you would have to leave your phone in a horizontal position. Another thing is, let's say I turn off my phone. It turns off or stops the video as well. So that's kind of lame, right? But here's something that's actually kind of unique and pretty cool. So you could put your phone to the side, right? And you're able to interact with the screen. So I could go on here, tap full screen. There you go. I could tap on here, skim forward. What? Pretty nice. This is something you can't do on an iPhone. It would be really cool if this worked like the iPhone where I could tap a video and it'll take the full screen. But it's also really nice that on an Android device, I could interact with my screen right here. Pretty cool. So, whether you're an Android user or iPhone user, there's perks either way. Alright, in the Equalizer, you get 16 different frequencies you can adjust, or you can tap down here to go with any presets. If your audio isn't that loud, you can tap this button and it'll amplify your music. If you don't have an iPhone or an Android device, you can still connect your phone right here using Bluetooth. In here, you'll be able to use the keyboard, check your contact information, and even play music. USB and card are pretty much the same thing. USB will allow you to access a flash drive, and card is going to be for a MicroSD card. So once you plug in a MicroSD card, it's going to open up for you, and I really like the music player. You get the artwork, the song information right here. Up top, you'll see how many MP3s you have. If you want to shuffle your music, just tap right here until you get the shuffle icon, and you'll see the number jump everywhere. Pretty nice. To see all your music, just tap this icon right here. You'll be able to see all the music files. At the top, it'll tell you which folder you're in. If you have folders, you can tap return, and you'll be able to see all the folders on your microSD card. You can view your photos by tapping here. Unfortunately, you can't set any of these as a background. I think that would be a really cool feature to have. You can also watch videos. This will work with .mov and .mp4s. Okay. Not sure why it's not working, but I did get it to work before. Boom. Transmit. Here, there's two ways to transmit audio to your car speakers. You could do FM transmit. In this interface, you're going to set what radio station you want to play music through. So if I pick 87.5 on my car's radio, I'm going to go to that same station, and that's how I'm going to be able to play music from this head unit to my car's speakers. Now, this head unit can connect to your car's Bluetooth, but it's still not compatible with every vehicle. If you tap in here, you should be able to find your car's Bluetooth and connect to it. Just keep in mind that the Carpuride head unit is supposed to make the connection. Your car isn't supposed to connect to the Carpuride head unit. But again, this feature isn't 100%. They even have a disclaimer on one of the pamphlets they provide you saying that this feature isn't compatible with some vehicles, and so they don't bother to advertise it on their packaging or even on their webpage. So if you're thinking about buying this head unit for the Bluetooth feature, it's gonna be 50-50. Here in settings, you can turn on the rear speaker. I like to keep it off. You guys already seen this section. This is where you'll set your Android device to Android Auto or screen mirror. And same with the iPhone, either CarPlay or iOS mirror. Here you can change your Wi-Fi settings. If your phone doesn't support 5 GHz, you can switch it to 2.4 GHz. And down here is your reverse camera settings. So if I put my car in reverse, look at that. Woo! Don't mind the trash can. So you can see that you do get a wide angle, but that's because I'm using a different camera. I'm gonna hook up the camera that they sent me, and you'll see that it looks a little smudgy and not as wide. So I'm just gonna put my car in reverse, and look, it changes pretty quickly as well. The image quality it's okay. You can tell what's behind you, but it's not really in clear high definition detail. But this is just the camera that Carpuride sells. You can actually get a different camera and get a better quality. The only thing is that this head unit requires a specific camera. It requires a special wire. All right, so what do I think about the Carpuride head unit? I mean, it's very similar to the 9-inch display. I did this review a few months ago. One of the obvious features is that the W103 is a little shorter than the 9-inch, which is actually a good thing because you'll have more line of sight when you have this mounted in your car. I like the fact that the charger is now USB-C, and it has a really cool little design right here. Not too important, but it's a cool little feature. But anyways, if you're looking to upgrade your infotainment system or radio without having to take it apart, mess with some wiring, or maybe you want to gift this to somebody you know, I think this is a really good option. I'm sure there are a lot of questions I left unanswered, so be sure to leave a comment down below just in case you have something that's bugging you, because more than likely, if you're thinking about it, somebody else might have the same question as well. So, all right guys, thanks for checking me out. See you on the next one. Deuces.